Hi everyone, today I'm going to be making Coronation chicken inspired sandwich fillings, but I'm going to be using chickpea, so it's going to be Coronation chickpea sandwich filling, and it's totally vegan. So this is what I'm going to be having for my tea tonight. I try to either do volume eating or one meal a day, so it might look as though I've got quite a decent amount, which I have, but it's well within my calories. It's a way that works for me. If you think it's a little bit too much for you, then by all means change the ingredients or leave something out. It's totally fine. What I'm going to do is I'm going to start off with 120 grams of chickpeas. Now I'll save the tin from yesterday, so 120 grams. And what I did was I drained and rinsed those yesterday, and I put them in the fridge overnight, just to kind of just to make them nice and cold. So there's 120 grams in there. 100. I know it sounds funny, but I'm going to take those out because my dogs will eat those. They will love them. So yeah, 120 grams. And normally I don't bother taking the skins off. It's fine. If they give you a bit of a weird ick, then take those off. I do most of the time mash it with a fork, but everything always pings off. So I'm going to give it a go with my potato masher today. So I will be right back. Okay, so that's all mashed up. I did end up using the potato masher in the end. It was a little bit easier. There are still some chunky bits in it, which is fine. I like that. If you prefer it to a little bit smoother, then you can blend it or just keep going until it's the consistency that you have it. Now what I'm going to add now is I'm going to have, so that my mayonnaise goes a bit further, I'm going to put in 20 grams of this Hellmann's plant-based mayo. And you can add whatever spices and that kind of thing to it that you like. If you like things with a bit more kick, you can put some chilli in. You could just use, rather than using a selection of some spices, you could just use curry powder. It's totally up to you. Now I'm going to put in 40 grams of this coconut collab yogurt. So 40 grams. Now I don't remember if I zeroed that out or not. I'm just going to leave it as it is because I can't really go over today. So that's 47, and then I'll look back on the video and I'll amend that to my diary as I need to. So now I'm going to add some garam masala. Put in as much of things as you like. Like I said, if you like a bit of a kick, put some chilli in. And then I'm going to put in some paprika. This is cumin. Little bit of ginger. Some garlic granules. Some ground turmeric. Some black pepper, and just a little bit of pink Himalayan salt. I'll only put a little bit in just to take off the yogurt flavour, well, to help with the spices and things like that. I'll only put a little bit because I am going to be having an avocado and some tomato, and I like a bit of salt on those. So I'm just going to give that a bit of a stir up. And then I'm going to add that to my chickpeas. At least if I haven't put in as much yogurt as I normally would, then it means I can have a little bit of something extra later. So yesterday and Monday, today's Wednesday, so Monday and Tuesday this week, I did low calorie day. My goal at the moment for calorie wise is 1800. So on a Monday and a Tuesday, I like to try and be around 800. So I've got 1,000 calories left over on both of those days. It's just so that, you know, I've kind of got that out of the way of being in a deficit. And it really does work for us. It's not for everybody, I'm sure. You know, it's quite hard going through the day and not having anything to eat until tea time. But once you get used to it, it's okay. It is good. I mean, Mondays, nobody likes Mondays anyway, so you might as well do it then. Not that I'm suggesting that you do, but, you know, if you were to. Right, I'm just going to pause that a second just to give that a little bit of a taste. That is really nice. And then what I'm going to do, you don't have to do this. I don't do it all the time, but I have some in. So, just for a little bit of a crunch, I'm going to put in 10 grams of these flaked almonds. If I can get into the bag. So 10 grams. Just give them a bit of a crush as you put them in. Now that's 5. I think I'm going to leave it as that. So that's 5 grams. You could put in some dried fruit, raisins, cranberries, that kind of thing, just to give it a bit of sweetness. I have tried it before with mango chutney, but I wasn't really very keen on the overly sweetness of it, so I'll just leave that out now. So yeah, it's something you don't have to have that. So I'm just going to put that to the side 1 second. And then the cobs that I'll be using, I've also got some cucumber, carrot sticks, and these little sweet baby peppers. So I've already sliced up some cucumber for my cobs, and then I will also put a little bit of lettuce on there. So I'm just going to put that in there now, and I'll be right back. So those are done. I'll just put some lettuce on top of there just for a bit more extra something. And I use these Aldi wholemeal carbs, baps, rolls, whatever you call them, because they're quite big, but they're really low in calorie. They're only 162 per cob, so which is why I have 2, because I think some slices of bread can be about that. So, you know, it doesn't feel any different to me anyway than having 2 slices of bread. So what I'm going to do now is just cut up my tomato and avocado. As I've said before, we do have an avocado tax here, so my dogs will be getting some of this. So I'll be right back. So that worked out at about 73 grams of avocado, and then I'm going to chop up some tomatoes, but I'll put those on a separate little plate because I don't like the liquid from the tomato to go on the plate because it can make all this a bit soggy. So yeah, I hope you've enjoyed this. If there's anything that you'd like to recommend that I do differently, or you know, that'd be great. I'm open to suggestions. I hope you like this video and you give it a like. That'd be really nice. So yeah, I'm gonna go and enjoy this now. I can't wait because I had a little taste of it and it was lovely. So I'll just pop a little bit of salt on there, and thank you for watching. Bye then, take care.